Hello, this is Len Lindsay at My Rogue Angels, taking a look at the game Rogue Angels. I'm going to just focus on one thing for this short video, and that's showing you how one of the heroes on your team can actually move one of the other heroes on your team. Sounds minor, like silly, but can be quite strategic and actually quite important in various parts of the game. You also can have one hero bump up the focus or shields of the other hero as well. So teamwork goes to another level when you actually are dealing directly with the fellow heroes on your team. So let's take a look at what I'm going to try to do. On this map, I have 2 red enemies and I have 2 yellow enemies. After my first turn is over, the red will move and attack, the yellow will not. My first hero, I'm placing here, I could put them anywhere in a little group of 4 squares here. I'm going to choose to put Laelia in front here. Behind her, I'm going to put Memnon. These chips, these red, yellow chips on the board, I use them, and the little black one in the corner, to help me plan out a strategy, tactics for how I think I'm going to get started on the game. So my theory that I'm going to go with in this is if I can get rid of the 2 red enemies immediately, then I'll be able to just deal with the yellow and not have to worry about the red ones bothering me at the same time. So what I'm going to try to do to show you how one can help the other is Laelia has this card. It's a laser sniper rifle, and it deals up. It will deal 4 unblockable damage if I use it on her first turns. Now, the enemy that I'm going to be shooting at has a health of 4 and 1 shield. Regular damage, I would need 5 because the first would get blocked by that shield, but I'm going to be using unblockable damage, so all of it goes through, and this rifle, the sniper rifle, will take that enemy out. Now, the other thing is, if we look at the bottom of this card, it says that if I have a green token, I can pay 1 green token and I can push an adjacent character, which can be an enemy or a fellow hero, 3 squares away from me. Now, you've already noticed Memnon is adjacent to me, so I will be able to push him 3 squares. Now, looking at the map, you can see that there's only 2 squares left on the map, and there's a red line across the very top, which is a wall. If you push someone that's going off the map, they don't go off the map, but if they hit a wall, they're damaged. Now, Memnon is a good example of one of his special abilities is that he has a permanent shield that never goes away. He can always use it once during his turn. That permanent shield can absorb the damage that he will take bumping into that wall. So Laelia can get Memnon up into that corner spot, all with 1 card, and at the same time taking out this red 2 enemy. Now, why do I need Memnon to be up in that spot? Well, the reason is in order to take out the other red enemy, which is way over here, when Laelia is done, this red enemy is going to take its turn, and it can move 2 squares. So you can see the little red chip I put there. It will move 2 squares over, going towards Memnon, which is right over there. Now, we have to count squares because this enemy has a range of 6. So if we count squares, we will see that it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'll be 1 square away from that black chip that I put in the corner. So if Memnon is up there in the corner, the farthest they can attack will be those red chips up there, and he's beyond that range. So he'll be safe. Now, the other advantage of having him there is that he has a weapon that has a range of 7. So their range is 6, his range is 7, so he will be able to attack them back from that same location because he has one extra square of attack range than they do. Now, the other problem that I have with Memnon that I really need him to be up there, because you might be thinking, why don't I just move up there first and then attack from there? Well, because of the amount of damage I need to do. This enemy says that it has one shield and it takes 4 hits or 4 health to destroy it. So a regular weapon, which is what Memnon has, will get blocked. Its first point of damage will get blocked by that shield, and it still needs 4 to get through. So it needs Memnon needs a total of 5 hit points of normal damage to take that red enemy out. So let's take a look at how we could possibly do that. If Laelia can put him in the correct spot right up there in the corner, when it's his turn, red will have moved onto that first red chip and be in range of his weapon, which is a K90cc gun. Now, what I'm going to do before playing that gun is play an effect card. An effect card has a little symbol in the corner like that. As long as that card is on the cooldown track, it is in effect. So you want to play it so it stays on the cooldown track. The 1 means you have to play it at least on track number 1, which is the beginning. But I'm going to play it on track number 4 so it stays active as long as possible, making sure that, yes, this weapon isn't a 4, so I can play the 3 next to it. And so if this will be on 3, that'll be on track 4. Now, what is this going to give me? It's an enhanced power core, and it says it's going to give me a +1 damage to my personal weapons. So now my damage that I'm dealing here, it went from a 1 damage to a 2 damage. Remember, I'm aiming to try to get it to be a 5. Next, look down and see that there's a boost available. That the red boost is a +1 damage. So if I pay 1 red chip when I use that card, it will be adding 1 to my damage. So I'll have gone from 1 to 2 with that effect card. Now I'm up to 3 already. Now the next thing to notice is that there's 2 dice that are going to get rolled with this. Now there's 4 sides on each of those dice that have a +1 or a +2. If both of the dice are a +1, it'll bump me up from a +3 damage to a +5, which is exactly what I need. If just one of the dice is a +2, it doesn't even matter what the other dice are. So on these dice, a +2 is, if that's on one of them, that's all I'm going to need. If there's a +1 on one dice, I'm going to need a +1 on another dice, but it could be a +1 with a move or a +1 with a shield. Doesn't matter. So it seems like I have extremely good odds. Maybe, like, what would the odds be? 50, maybe 70, 80% chance. Mathematicians can clarify that. But if I fail getting that, you can also take a look at the focus that he has. Memnon has the focus of 4. So with a focus of 4, I could re-roll 1 die 4 times. So it's almost like virtually certain that I'll be able to take out this red enemy from that corner after the red enemy moves to that red chip by letting Laelia go first, taking out the first red enemy and pushing Memnon up to that corner by using a green chip. This has been Len Lindsay at My Rogue Angels. Hope you liked this helpful hint on how to have one hero help the other.